Hello, everybody. Today is August 15th, and I've come across another article regarding hazard pay. And it's really nice seeing all these articles regarding hazard pay because a couple months ago, 1 or 2 months ago, hazard pay was hardly ever talked about. But the more articles we see, the better it gets. But the problem I see is that it's still capped at $10,000. And for majority of essential employees who've been working this whole time, um, if you do receive it retroactively since January 27th all the way till the present, at $13 per hour, if you've worked at least 40 hours, which is the typical full time, it's already capped around late May or early June. So from those months moving forward till August, you're not receiving any hazard pay anymore. So, I don't see the point of why they capped the hazard pay. There's still a lot of other benefits to work the system. Like if you're on unemployment, for example, as of now, you could hop off unemployment where you've made 156% more than you did while working, and then you could go back to work and then collect an additional 10,000 from hazard pay while working this year. And it just seems like a double dip for the people who were on unemployment, while the essential employees have still got shafted. Not only that, but the value of the dollar has dropped tremendously. So even if you did receive 10,000, well, what's that gonna mean? Anyway, I don't want to go too much into monetary theses and whatnot, but I'm just gonna get into this article. Maybe later on, I will talk about why essential employees are getting screwed over, and then I'll explain it. I'll explain it the best way I can so people can understand. But people look at 10,000, they're like, "Oh wow, 10,000," but they don't realize that that 10,000 isn't really that much. And then you still would have made more financial gains from being on unemployment, while also having more free time than ever. 4 months of vacation, time is money, and they say time is money is a saying for a reason because it's true. And then you're also not risking your health. So anyway, I'm gonna get into this article. The U.S. House passed, well, what is this called? Workers on the front line frustrated over a lack of hazard pay. Yeah, all of them are. Like today I was at a restaurant picking up my lunch because I was too busy. I'm working overtime this week, and I'm busy, so I bought some lunch from this guy who's been serving me lunch throughout this whole pandemic, and he was like, wow, yeah, people are making more at home. And then the other day I was talking to three other of my friends, and two of them are working and they're not receiving hazard pay, and they know that everyone is making more. But everybody who's an essential employees knows that they're getting screwed over. So I don't know, if everyone just unionized and rioted, something could be done, but they're not because the power has been taken away from the people. Anyway, the U.S. House passed the HEROES Act back in May. It included $200 billion for hazard pay, more specifically, an extra $13 per hour for essential workers, up to a certain amount depending on how much you make. Well, how much money how many billions of dollars or trillions of dollars are we using for unemployment insurance? Maybe the hazard pay should be way more because it's more essential employees than those on unemployment. So it should be significantly more. The amount of money spent towards essential employees should be way more than whatever the CARES Act is giving out to be on unemployment, because there's more people, and you should never get paid more to be unemployed than those who are actually working. Because what's the point of working? If you do not fix this, people are going to realize they're being screwed over. $15,000 signing bonus for first responders and healthcare workers. Wow, that's pretty good. I mean, the janitor who's working for these people are still exposing themselves to the virus just as much as the healthcare responder, but yeah, okay, let's discriminate. A lump sum to the next of kin when essential workers die because of a pandemic. Well, how much lump sum is that? Because um, at this current moment, nobody wants to go back to work. The HEROES Act the HEROES Act listed essential workers, a long list too long to include here, but includes healthcare workers, first responders, postal workers, and grocery store employees. But then it stalled in the US Senate. The HEALS Act, which was stalled, doesn't even mention hazard pay. It, and President Trump's recent executive order and three memoranda don't address the issue either. It's frustrating for workers on the front line who have been demanding hazard pay for months and heard the talk, but nothing happens. Daryl Buchanan works in grocery store. He told Action Nine's Jason Stushnet. What's with all these names? They're really hard to pronounce. He interacts with the customers all the time and he worries about his health. He said his employer paid hazard pay for a while but then stopped. He's been hoping lawmakers pick up where his workplace left off. That's another one of those hurry up and wait. Just hurry up and wait. I have to work. I'm trying to live a life, pay my bills, and do the right thing. But it's just one of those things, he said. I'd love them to bring back hazard pay for us. We are on the front line. I am on the front line. I've told my family and friends if something, God forbid, happens to me, let them know that I love them all. That was a very short article. So, Daryl Daryl works at a grocery store. He probably would have made at least two or $300 or $400 more on the unemployment with the CARES Act, and like maybe he could have done something else with his life. I mean, I'm not bashing a grocery clerk. I worked in retail. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of these people who are essential employees, like a janitor, which I've done before as well, these people don't really. Most people who work in these type as essential employees don't really particularly love what they do, and he could have collected all that money from unemployment and have free time to focus on education and better himself for the future moving forward. But he doesn't get that benefit. So yeah, I do wonder. I can only imagine why essential employees are mad. I mean, everybody else around them is at home on vacation, making more money than them. It's kind of unfair, huh?